Happening, folks, welcome back to Celtic Fans TV. We're at Celtic Park after Celtic 2, Blackburn 2. Darren is here with me. What'd you make of that one out today, mate? I thought it was another good test for us.
Good run out for the team, yeah, definitely a test against an English Championship team, I believe. Didn't feel like a friendly, definitely that first half. Definitely a good run out for the team. Probably better playing against teams like that, where, as in the last week, when playing against teams that were clearly much better than. And it's a good challenge for the team, get us back into that competitive mindset. And thankfully, we've come through with one slight injury at Ralston, but nothing major at the team. And then we'll look forward to the start of the season in a couple of weeks.
Aye, the results aren't the most important thing in these games, is it? It's about getting minutes and legs, as they say, and the performance as well. I think we started quite sloppily, but didn't we? I think McGregor gives it away inside 10-15 seconds, and then they break and Gallagher scores. To be fair, it's a good finish, but we were just a wee bit rusty in that opening period, weren't we?
Yeah, you're right. First minute, I think it was. They were through. I think the guy takes a fake shot. He's got two defenders round, takes a fake shot, but actually slips in Gallagher, and it's a pretty standard finish. But once it took us like 10 minutes to settle. But after that, I think we got going, and even like we created chances. I think we broke back to front really quickly. Usually, what we've done last season was we passed around teams and tried to slowly build it up. I think we were a lot quicker the day, and actually kind of enjoy that more getting in behind defenders rather than trying to pass round and slowly build up the play. Because I think Blackburn, rather than 99% of the teams we play against sit back, they actually came and had a go today, which was good for everybody. It's good to watch. And slowly bit we got into the first half, and Jota scores a terrific goal, and then Turnbull scores a free kick, and we're in half time to 1-up.
I think a lot of the pre-season games so far have been good tests, haven't they? There's been some good atmospheres. Obviously, when the team were in Austria and then in Czech Republic during the week. I think today a different sort of test, because Blackburn pressed quite well and they were aggressive in their defending, weren't they? There's a few tackles flying in.
Aye, probably the most yellow cards I've ever seen in a friendly. And as I said, we're lucky to only come through with maybe one injury, but it is a good test for the team. It gets us back into a competitive mindset. We're 2 weeks away for the Aberdeen game. We've got friendly midweek for the Alpha Boric game, and then Norwich come here next week, which again I think will be a good test for the team, and then we're ready to start the season.
We did take control, but didn't we? Probably midway through the half. I thought Jota was absolutely brilliant today. If there's obviously, the club are saying this game is sold out because the season ticket holders, obviously it's including the season ticket, but probably 20,000 empty seats or something.
Probably that, aye.
Those people that left their seats empty, they should just have turned up to watch Jota. He was brilliant.
I'm so glad I've not spoke to you since we signed him, but I'm so happy that him and Carter Vickers are just signed. We've got so much to look forward to him, and just a brilliant, so good to watch, like on the eye, just a terrific
He's an
player.
entertainer, isn't he?
Aye, he is. He's a crowd pleaser, and it's just you need a kind of guy like that. Not in just Celtic, any team needs a player like him, and we're just so lucky to have a guy like that in our team.
He scored a good goal from the corner, obviously, in the rebound, then he goes down injured and you're panicking for a minute. I thought we got a lot of joy down the right hand side with Abada though in that first half as well. Kyogo looked lively in spells. I thought the intensity, the thing that stands out when you watch an Ange Postecoglou team, regardless of whether it's a friendly or not, is the intensity, and I thought we pressed really well as well. And our tempo was really good towards the end of that first half.
I can imagine the gaffer said to him before the game was kicked off, like, don't treat us as a friendly, treat us as in a competitive game, because as he says, even when we're out of Europe, my playing doesn't do the dead robbers, is that the thing he says. So I'm definitely happy to see that. I thought Jota is much better. It drifts to the left and right, but I prefer him so much more on the left. I think actually he's natural. I know when Maeda plays on the right in the switch, I just think Jota's much better on the left for me, and we've got Leo Abad on the right. He caused that defender a lot of problems with his running and his pace, so I mean, I just love to watch it.
I thought Jota towards the end of last season, the right hand side was really good, but I suppose it depends who's playing in the front three in it. So who would your first choice front three be getting into that Aberdeen game?
That's a tough one. I realise it's a tough one. I would go with today's one. Kyogo through the middle, Jota on the left, and Abad on the right. Not that I've got nothing against Maeda. I think he's more of an impact player coming off with his pace. He lacks a bit of composure, I think, but for starting the game, definitely Jota, Abad and Kyogo.
I said during the week I'd probably go Maeda on the left, Jota on the right, and Kyogo through the middle.
Spoiled for choices.
There's a big debate in the Celtic Fans TV group chat about whether it should be Kyogo or Giakoumakis, by the way. I think that's something that's splitting a lot of fans in it. Giakoumakis no involved today though. No Hatate as well, and obviously Starfelt, who we know is injured. Generally though, we obviously went 2-1 up. Turnbull deflected free kick. They equalised late on. The game loses its intensity in the second half with so many subs in it. I think Gallagher and Diaz scored the equaliser for them. Again, a free kick, similar area to Turnbull, bent it around the wall into the bottom corner. In terms of us in the second half, who stood out for you? I mean, Siegrist did a couple of really good saves, didn't he?
I would agree with that. He was probably tested more in that first 10 minutes of the second half than Joe Hart was. I don't think Joe Hart made a save really the first half. So yeah, definitely a couple of good saves, especially because the guys were through. They were one-on-one chances and very good saves. Try to think going forward. I think the game did really die down once the subs came on. Nobody really stuck. Ideguchi looked lively. Couldn't really get on the ball too much. Front three were really struggling to make any sort of impact.
Would you make it Bernabei? That's the first time we've seen him today in the flesh.
Well, I think he's got loads of energy, loads of pace. I think instead he tries to go through players, tries to take them on too much, and he gets dispossessed once or twice. But I think with more training, he's obviously very new to the team. There's a language barrier with the players, and I think about a time he'll come to understand how a manager wants him to play, and he'll improve. So, yep, promising signs definitely. I need to shout out Greg Taylor as well in that first half, by the way. I thought he was really good. The guy next to me was saying that to me as well. Like, Greg Taylor looks so sharp today. And I think it's the competition that he's not had last season is giving him an incentive to bring his A game every game. And
aye, that should do him the world of good, innit? Because he didn't really have any competition last season, did he? He did get stronger as the season went on, but having competition, having somebody there pushing you for your place every week, you need to perform, or Bernabei will play in his place. Generally, how do you think we're shaping up? Obviously, we've got Washaw during the week and Norwich before that Aberdeen game, but for what you've seen of pre-season, how do you think we're shaping up going into that opening game?
Very good, actually. I think we've not lost a single game, and it's also that he's got the deals done early, as in Jota, CCV and Bernabei, and apart from maybe 1, 2 or 3 more players, that's pretty much a settled squad. That's the squad that we're going to be playing the whole season with. And I think going away in things like training camps in Austria and Czech Republic gives that players time to bond with each other, not just on the pitch and off the pitch as well. So I think we're really going into a really strong place this season compared to what we were last season, because we started last season so poorly and look where we finished it. If we started this season the way we are now, your mind's wandering as to how well we can actually end the season, you know.
Plenty of debates round about me in the stands. I don't know what it's like where you sit, but the areas of the team where we can, do you think it's centre half and defensive midfield?
I think defensive midfielders obviously one, obviously could be tons away. Centre half is a tough one. I know Starfelt's injured, and I don't know what the situation is with Julian. I don't know if he's looking for a new club or he wants to stay and fight. I don't know, but I think we need a bully in the centre of the park. That's one addition I think we need. Is we've also got Cal McGregor plays pretty much every game there, and for all his gifts, he's not physically strong. And again, James McCarthy's not really that kind of player either. Same with Ideguchi, Hatate, they're not big bulky players. So if it's up to me, that's the one kind of player I'll try and get in this transfer window.
We talked about Jota briefly earlier on, but I need to pinpoint that bit of skill he did in the second half where he flicked it over the boy's head. That is the kind of thing that you just want subbed off after that happens to you.
Yes, as I said to you there, I would just go through somebody if they'd done that to me. It's a bit insulting, isn't it? But it's just a friendly. I'm sure he'll forget about it, but I'm sure we'll remember that for a long time anyway. It'll be his highlight really at the end of the season on YouTube.
Aye, he was absolutely brilliant today, Jota. In terms of these friendlies coming up, is there MD you'd like to see more of that you've maybe not seen very much in pre-season? I mean, we've seen a lot of the fringe players come on. It happened again today where we changed the centre half pair and Julian and Lawal come on, and we conceded a goal about 90 seconds later. It happened against Ostrava during the week as well. Is there MD fringe players or otherwise that you'd like to see a bit more of in these last 2 friendlies, or do you think the manager will go as close to full strength as possible because we're building up closer to that first game?
I think it's just hard for the manager because you have so many players and pretty much everyone is fit, and it's hard just to give everybody 45 minutes each. But I think Giacomakis played for the second half on Wednesday night there, and he scored a goal, and I would like to see more of him. I don't think he's played too much pre-season. In terms of fringe players, I don't know, I always like to have a look at the really young players. I think Rocco Vata's obviously broken into the team. Alexa Dembele, he's gone. Is that a chance for another teenager maybe to rise up and start pushing for the first team? So maybe play him on Wednesday and try and get my run out against Norwich as well.
It's a bit pointless to ask you man of the match in a friendly, but it's Jota, innit?
Of course it is. It's always Jota.
There you go.
I feel like it's a bit of a repetitive thing that we said last season. Like,
oh, that will happen plenty of times this season,
definitely.
mate. Plenty of games this season. There you go. That's it for the full-time reaction to Celtic 2, Blackburn 2. Like this video, comment with your own thoughts below, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. On Wednesday, I'll be in Warsaw, but I'll not be bringing you any content because I'm going for my mate's wedding. I will be going to the game. Maybe I'll do an Instagram story or something, but I'm not promising you anything. So we'll see you next week for the Norwich game. Hopefully Stuart can take my place for that one, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching. Cheers.